Hey, what's up, guys? Are you ready to see some wrestling matches that became real, like actual real fights? These fights started like any other, completely normal, but suddenly something changed and the wrestlers really started hitting each other. The strange thing is that they continued with the fight as if everything was normal, but they were hitting each other with full force and the public was not sure what was happening. Let's just begin, but as always, give this video a like and make sure to subscribe or I'll kick you in the shins. Sexy Star and Rosemary had a fight to defend the Reina de Reinas belt, and the entire fight had moments where the punches seemed to be very stiff.
Rosemary just got slapped in the face.
But what really pissed people off and made them think that there was much more to this fight than they initially thought was when Sexy Star put Rosemary in an armbar to win the fight, but didn't want to let go.
Star nailed her.
Yeah,
Locks in that submission. That's it.
He's asking her. That's it.
Even the referee struggled to get her to release her, and this resulted in an injury to Rosemary's arm. Nobody really knows why Sexy Star turned this match into a real fight, but she said that Rosemary was faking it, that nothing actually happened. But she was fired, and no promotion wanted to hire her as it was not her first controversy. Saturn was a semi-star in the WWF, and one day they put him against Mike Bell. Bell was not that experienced, and during the fight he got two moves wrong, and one resulted in Saturn landing on his head. Well, from there, Saturn got up, furious, and why not? They are in the most popular promotion, and still, this guy doesn't know how to do some basic moves. And if you do them wrong, it can result in serious injury. Saturn got up like a bullet and began to punish him for real. They were brutal shots with the idea of teaching Bell a lesson or waking him up so he doesn't make the same mistakes again. He then sent him flying out of the ring in a very bad way. From then on, it was all Saturn, continuing the lesson until the fight was over. In 1991, Kitao and Earthquake had a fight in Japan, but it was one of the weirdest fights, with the fight almost getting real the entire time. Kitao was the Japanese wrestler who didn't want to sell the moves, didn't want to put on the performance that the public deserved. There were times where he walked around with two fingers in front as if threatening to poke Earthquake's eyes. It was a bout that teetered on the brink of disaster, with Kitao hitting some really hard punches and Earthquake trying to make the wrestling match happen, until he really kicked the referee and then the bell rang. Some think that perhaps it was because Kitao was a Yokozuna in sumo, the highest rank, and Earthquake also competed in sumo, but only for a year, and Kitao did not want to lose to a sumo wrestler who was not at his level. Be that as it may, Kitao lost his job after this, and when he was leaving the ring, he grabbed the microphone and said that wrestling was fake. Brock Lesnar is one of the most famous and intense wrestlers, so when Braun Strowman had to fight him, he says that he always takes the fights for real. But in this match, he went overboard and need him for real.
Wow.
It seems that Lesnar was hurt by the shot, and even seems that he got a little bit stunned. And it seems to me that Strowman quickly realized that he overdid it, but Lesnar wanted revenge.
Knee to the jaw. He caught Lesnar good. A knee to the jaw. Yeah,
Those are some real shots, and on purpose. It was a beautiful combination, first downstairs and then knocking him down with a heavy blow to the face. Strowman said that the two men laughed at this exchange afterwards and that the two later apologized, but those punches looked like they were in MMA. In 1998, Goldberg was the star of the WCW with his record of 197 wins and 0 losses. He destroyed his opponents in 2 minutes or less, but the moment came when the promotion wanted to put a fighter in front of him that would make him sweat a bit, and that was Steve Regal.
Goldberg. How about a textbook takedown by Regal that time? Regal, European.
The promotion wanted it to be a tighter fight, to give Goldberg a chance to show what he can do in a rough match. Regal started hitting him hard and being very stiff, but he said that Goldberg just didn't know how to return the same type of shots. That's why everyone thought that this was a real fight, but Regal says that it was part of the plan.
Palm thrust to the side of the face. Now that one, I think he laid in a fist, open hand to the midsection and a headbutt.
The promotion then spoke to Regal, berating him for making their star look bad, and fired him. But he said that it wasn't his fault, that Goldberg just didn't know what to do, that he needed a dance partner. Ken Shamrock was an MMA fighter in 1987, and since there didn't seem to be a great future in the sport, he decided to switch to wrestling. In a match between him and Vader, it was obvious that Shamrock did not know how to compete in wrestling.
As he has been in
defensive, but a hard kick. Another one. Keep your hands up, keep your hands.
Shamrock was hitting Vader very hard and even broke his nose in 4 places. He didn't know how to act in this sport, and it cost Vader dearly. The veteran told him to calm down and not hit him so hard, but Shamrock didn't stop. Eventually Vader got tired and returned a very real hit. Well, from there, Shamrock just grabbed the leg and put him in a leg lock to end the fight. It seemed like the shot hurt him, and he decided to finish the match before receiving more hits. Bruiser Brody was a wrestling veteran, and when it came to fighting rookie Lex Luger, a real fight broke out after Lex told him before the fight how the match should go. Brody wanted to do everything during the match without any plan, and so the rookie infuriated him by wanting to tell him how to do things. Everything started normal, although Brody was hitting medium-strong shots. But suddenly, Brody stopped selling the moves. He was just not doing anything, taking the hits but not acting or anything, and then coming back with a hard hit on Lex. Brody was giving Lex a hard time, giving him very stiff blows and not selling anything. So Lex got scared and didn't know what to do. The veteran was angry and the new guy didn't know what he had done wrong. So he pushed the referee to get disqualified and he jumped the fence and left. Some say that Lex was so scared that he ran out of the stadium, got in his car, and went home. He says it's not true, but who knows? Rikishi seems to be a very calm fighter, but when he was fighting Haku and Russ McCullough, something happened that made him angry.
To do much better, Haku missed Kish and hit the savant.
Russ was grabbing Rikishi for Haku to kick him in the face, and the plan was for Russ to release Rikishi so he would dodge the kick and it would hit Russ. That's why Russ is seen falling even though the kick didn't even land, since he never let go of Rikishi and the kick hit him square in the face with full force. Rikishi then, after recovering, grabbed the chair and hit Russ until he got tired.
And I guess we'll let the visual tell the story.
Whoa.
Look at the bend of the chair! As Rikishi.
Russ didn't react because he knew he was wrong. But according to the rumors, there was a confrontation in the dressing rooms after the fight, but the other wrestlers separated them. Russ never wrestled after this as he was fired. In August of last year, Charlotte Flair was the champion of Raw and had to defend her title against Nia Jax. Everything seemed to start normal in the fight, but if you watch the fight again, everything started weird, with both fighters being very stiff. Everything heated up when Flair slapped Jax in the face 2 times and she shoved her face. Then they got into what looked to be a real fight, pulling each other's hair and pushing each other.
Got an adrenaline dump there, just look at this. This is...
From there, they wanted to go back to normal, but Jax didn't sell a move and told Flair to calm down. Flair continued to shove Jax until she gave her a hit in the face.
Look at this, no effect whatsoever.
From there, they returned to normal, with Jax winning the match. Everyone thought that Jax had won the match by force, that was not the plan, but apparently that was how it was supposed to end, so they could have a rematch later on. Jax then said that she didn't know why this happened, but it was probably due to a miscommunication. They made up with each other right after the fight, as they are actually friends, and the rematch went off without a hitch. This match in Japan between Riki Dosa and Kimura turned into a real fight pretty quickly after Kimura accidentally kicked him in the balls. From then on, Riki Dosa put a tremendous beating on him, and the referee didn't even try to step in. For over a minute and a half, Kimura just stood there while Riki Dosa hit him with everything he had. He kicked him in the head when he was on the canvas, and in the end, he even knocked him out. The deal was that this fight was going to be a draw, but the mistake cost Riki Dosa everything. The Yakuza even asked Kimura if he wanted them to kill him, but he said no. 9 years later, Murata, a member of the Yakuza, killed Riki Dosa and said that it was because of the beating that he gave Kimura. I don't know why Kimura didn't fight back at all, as he was a good MMA fighter, defeating Helio Gracie by breaking his arm with his original move, the Kimura. What would you think if you were present at one of these events? Would you realize that it got real, or would you think that they are very good at their jobs? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.